ready to see what's going on behind closed doors. I have the passkey, so let's go and check it out. Come on, follow me. But before we're going behind the other door, we're going to switch to black and white because there are some customer cars we are not allowed to show. So let's switch to black and white. Welcome to the atelier of Pagani Automobili, where all the magic happens. Let's find out how the car comes to life. We're going to start at the carbon fiber department, where you will see how the Utopia, the latest Pagani cars, will start their life. We're here with Sebastian Beredi, who's the PR of Pagani Automobili, and he's going to explain us a little bit what's going on in the carbon fiber department, and he's going to walk us through a little bit more.
So, as Rob said, today at Pagani we're producing the Pagani Utopia, 99 units, and it all starts in this room. It's the Sala del Taglio, which means the cutting room, and basically see the fridges here, where we can store these rolls of carbon fiber so that the resin won't dry, because we need to keep the part as flexible as possible.
Okay.
And today in Pagani Utopia we use 40 different formulas of carbon fiber. So it depends. This, for example, is the layer of the passenger glove box, and it's 3 layers. And the idea is that these people in the room will open the rolls that you have there on the table, and with a plotter machine, which is called, is going to cut with the exact dimensions.
All the different shapes that they need to
put it in the mold, laminate inside the mold, which we're going to see in a second.
How do you get all the shapes? Because I suppose you need to get the shapes right from the first time.
Absolutely, yes. So thanks to the plotter machine, we can really cut the total amount of sheets needed for that part. Also, we have 40 different formulas, right? So for a structural element or a decorative element, like the side mirrors, for example, is different to the monocoque of the car.
Exactly.
So different formulas, different amount of layers needed. And also, interesting fact is that all the formulas used in the carbon fiber today in Utopia has always been developed by Pagani. So, for example, Zonda 5 was the first production car to use carbo titanium. Then with the Wyra Roadster, we started using carbo triax, and we keep improving these new formulas.
Because these things will be lighter, stronger, that's the whole idea.
Absolutely, yeah, it's really a question of milligrams. Pagani car weighs 1,300 kilos, so it's extremely light. And we always try to innovate these composite materials. Horacio was also one of the precursors of carbon fiber in hypercars, and even today we keep researching.
Improving and making the cars a little bit lighter, a little bit stiffer.
Absolutely.
Incredible, all right. Second step in the carbon fiber department is the lamination part. So please, Sebastian, tell me a little more about what's going on here behind us.
So this is really Pagani's craftsmanship when it comes to the lamination department. So as you can see, my colleague here, there is a mold made out of carbon fiber. We're actually working on a right-hand drive Utopia, because this is actually backwards.
Yeah, I can see it here for the steering column. So.
Exactly, so this is what you would see looking at the car. And basically the idea is to fill in molds. So we have a mold, a stamp, filling it in with all the sheets that have been cutted by the plotter machine that we just seen.
And so we're going to put them all on top of each other.
Absolutely, And you see here is filling in every millimeter of the mold. And as a matter of fact, this is literally the piece that we just seen.
The piece I was holding is...
Absolutely, It's the passenger side on top of the glove box.
Yeah.
And basically, as soon as he finishes filling in the stamp, we're going to close the stamp with some screws. And once it's closed with screws, we can put it in the vacuum bags.
To get all the air out. And
Absolutely. So all the air between the sheets need to be filled, and by vacuuming it's going to be really on top of each other. Exactly. And here, of course, you see that carbon fiber is still flexible.
Yeah, exactly. You can see it moving around a bit while pushing it.
Exactly. So this is yet the flexible part, and when it will pass in the autoclave, which is a chemical reaction, it's polymerization, it's going to make carbon fiber strong.
Okay, so now
And
it's
rigid.
still again very flexible, very fragile. And
Flexible.
then- flexible is more better.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
And then once we get all the air out, put it
In the autoclave.
then it's gonna be like
The polymerization is basically a chemical reaction of combining pressure together with heat, so Celsius together. Then we will see now how the autoclave department works.
all right. Super excited.
Like I said earlier, at Pagani we combine art and science. So the art of my colleague laying the carbon fiber
layers.
sheets
Yeah.
together. And then we use science of this autoclave that Horacio in the 90s used to make all the carbon fiber pieces already from Zonda. And this is the final work of a lamination department with the finished mold, who's going to be put inside the autoclave. The cooking time is about 8 hours for structural elements, so like a monocoque.
Something like this.
Absolutely.
All right.
And then, for example, the mold that we've seen upstairs was the dash of a right-hand drive Utopia, right?
And
That's about 4 hours cooking time.
Okay.
For the production of our cars today, we use these two autoclaves.
and all parts manage to go inside because it's so carbon bonnet, the entire bodywork of the car, everything
Absolutely,
managed.
goes inside here,
Wow.
And then you have the cables there that will apply the pressure
Yeah.
and the temperature.
Okay, and then after these pieces come out as a whole carbon fiber unit, you get them out of the mold.
Absolutely, yeah. So you have to basically knock them out of the molds with a scalpel and a hammer. So it's gonna hammer it around, and basically you can extract
The final piece of...
the final piece, exactly, yeah. And we can reuse the molds about 100 times. So my colleagues will also clean the molds from the remaining resin, and then we can reuse it for other cars. Because upstairs we were in the lamination team that works on one car. They produce all the molds for one single car.
Yes.
And now we're gonna see how the resin gets removed of the pieces, and we can have that nice shiny carbon fiber
look.
piece.
I was pretty excited to see how the carbon fiber parts came out of the mold, but I got surprised because we have a carbon fiber entire bodywork behind us, which is pretty cool. But you can see it's still pretty raw, so it needs to be cleaned up. Definitely inside you can see it's very dirty. Here you already have a little bit of the difference, I think. That
Absolutely.
it has been cleaned up already a little bit here, and then this is the final result. This super glossy carbon fiber. Stunning.
Yeah, this is actually one of the quality controls. So this is pre-assembly of the entire body of the car. So we can see that all the dimensions are correct. So as you said, this part is yet full of resin. So you can compare the before and after.
It's crazy. The difference is...
You see it definitely. All the resin will be removed in these cabins where my colleague with like sandpaper. They pass over every millimeter. So again, here also we use our hands to process these carbon fiber pieces.
And it goes from the biggest body panels to small details like these.
The air vents.
Every part needs to be cleaned up by hand to be as glossy as this.
Yeah. We also maybe see a Wyra Roadster in the background. So also our after sales Ficina can yet work on previous models.
If a customer wants to upgrade some parts or had some slightly damaged bodywork, everything can be reshaped just like a brand new car.
Absolutely. This is actually the step before painting. So before the car gets spray painted.
Yeah.
And here, if the car is not spray painted, you can really see the carbon fiber trim at Pagani. It's called a fishbone pattern.
Yeah.
Exactly that V shape. And that's what my colleagues upstairs in the lamination were doing, making sure that the lines and the fibers were correctly in that same shape.
Yeah, because you can see it through the entire car that it goes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Wow.
Because this is really Pagani's trademark, to have this craftsmanship with the carbon fiber sheets.
Wow. All right, so we saw everything at the carbon fiber department, from the layers, the molds, the assembling of the cars. So now back in L'Atelier to discover the final assembling of Utopia. Thank you very much for the technical explanation.
My pleasure. Now enjoy the manual Utopias in our atelier.
I'm pretty excited. All right, let's go on adventure. After the carbon fiber development and the carbon fiber process, we're going to assemble the car. We start with the mechanical parts, including brake calipers, wheel hubs, we have the suspension arms are beautifully designed. Hold on. Pagani logo, on the other one we have the Utopia logo, all forged. Yeah, it's again a work of art, and these are always in this color because it's part of the design of the Utopia. Again, it's a little bit more retro kind of design, the colors too, because they will match beautifully into the rest of the car. So these are all parts, small details, elements that will go into Utopia. Just look at the details of these things. So this is the one with the manual gearbox, because the Utopia was available at first. 25 examples, 25 cars were available with a sequential gearbox. The rest is all manual, which is so beautifully designed. It's dogleg, so it's pretty nice. It's like the older cars, the entire retro styling of the car is again visible in small details like this. So for the people who love driving cars, this comes straight out of heaven. Just the design is, but not just this, you know, it's everything. It's every small detail, every element is made. It's just perfect. You know, I almost don't want to touch it, but it's so beautifully designed, created. The quality of the materials, it's unseen. For example, I have this stunning steering wheel from the Utopia in my hands, and it starts from a 50-kilogram block aluminium and it ends like this, 1.5 kilo and a half. So super light. It takes like 40 hours. It's absolutely incredible. It's a work of art. And of course, just the details from the sequential gearbox that we have here with the carbon fiber pedals behind, but also the spring system to change gears. It's absolutely stunning to see this in real life, and just the small buttons already going on. It's kind of impressive, really impressive. So this is all the pre-assembly of the exterior body panels, the elements all coming together. We see the rear lights, elements like reflector, rear view mirror camera, of course the logo of Utopia, all these elements coming together. Beautiful pieces, of course, all just made perfect with the smallest possible details. Next to the aluminium parts that are being installed, we also have the carbon fiber details, like these arrow blades that are being installed in the wheels at this pre-assemblage part of Atelier. But also think about the mirror caps, small details inside the door handles, the windows inside the doors are all being installed in this part of Atelier. Moving from one pre-assembly area to the other one, so we went from exterior parts to interior parts, and here you can see almost the final seats for the Utopia, all made in-house. Pretty impressive. The design is wonderful. We have this carbon fiber structure with all the leather installed already. Lovely pattern. Customers are again free to choose whatever they want. Owner went for a full leather seat for this one. You can also go for a full Alcantara seat, depending on the colors, the choices, the materials you want. It's pretty impressive. And now this employee is installing the final button inside the seat below. It's to change the height of your seat. Also fully carbon fiber. It's all in the details again. Here we have the marriage with the monocoque and the two subframes. Now the car always stays on the same place and is being upgraded or being built on the same spot, so it doesn't move. Two engineers working now on all the cables. It's pretty impressive. The rear being even more impressive than the front, because here is sitting the V12 engine, handcrafted by AMG. You also see all the suspension work going on, exhaust completely installed. Yeah, this is a work of art. And this is a very cool feature about the Utopias, because you have the sequential and the manual gearbox, but the manual gearbox is visible even, okay, now it's very visible, but even when the car is fully finished, you can see that there's written manuel, so you know it's a manual gearbox. You can see even all the gears, and the funny part is that you can see the shifting movement when the car is finished. So it's a little gimmick, but it's again showing the work of detail that goes into these cars is above everything you would expect. So that is something again that Pagani shows how incredible they work on details like this. And again, it's things like this that make the car so special. And just like a work of art that you attach to your wall at home, you want it to be visible. And that's exactly the same with the V12 that's being mounted inside the back. But not only the engine, it's the exhaust pipe, it's the rear suspension, it's even the back of the taillights. You know, even with all the body panels installed, it's all visible, and owners want to see what's going on. You know, they want to open this piece of the car and they want to see all the beauty, the labor that went into the handcrafted work that more than 200 employees here at Pagani are doing. They just want to see it, they want to open it, they want to enjoy it. Yeah, and honestly, you could look at it for hours. It's truly amazing. All the small details, Utopia written there, Pagani written there, the ceramic titanium exhaust. There's so much going on just inside the back of this car. You don't know where to look first. After the pre-assembly, all parts, exterior, interior, come together for the final installment of everything. So we can see that this example is almost finished. They're tweaking last details. You might see this car is being protected with a temporary paint protection foil, which also means that it's ready for the shakedown. So the shakedown includes a small test drive where they test everything, that everything works fine, and then the car moves on to the final inspection. Final inspection is the last checkup before delivery of the car. Here they check the car on all small details, carbon fiber, the paintwork, that everything matches perfection, polish is all done here. Once this is done, the car will go to the delivery area. There's a special ceremonial area for a final delivery, which is a lovely place. It's the perfect final moment for the owner to take reception of his personal Utopia, and I'm pretty sure this car is gonna go to a lovely place somewhere around the world, but I think it's time to configure mine now. Let's see what we've got here behind me. I have this beautiful Utopia, but I think it can use some color, so I'm gonna pick, let me see, Viola Dragone gloss carbon fiber. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a cool Utopia, so let's see. Oof, yes, I like purple. So this is just a small percentage of what's possible. You know, you have these small details where you can pick colors, sizes, everything just like you want it to be. It's the Utopia of your dreams is just starting right here. And then of course you have all the entire process that we just went through in the factory. It's super impressive, super impressive. This is a present of Pagani with Utopia. Unfortunately, they're all sold out, so I'm not able to get one, but maybe it's time to go back in time and see where it all started. Here it is, the first ever Zonda, chassis number 1, the car it all started with. March '99 at the Geneva Motor Show. This car was presented to the world, absolutely unique. You could look at it for hours, the details, it's pure madness. So the first C12, it's all in the little details again, but you can recognize that the flat nose, it has typical C12 mirrors. We have the amazing Modena design badge, C12 badging above the 6-liter V12 engine, and a typical one-piece spoiler finishing off. Being fully restored under the Rinascimento program, now living its best life here under the sun in Modena. And the best part of all, you can discover this all yourself with the Atelier tour here at the Pagani factory. It's the best thing you'll ever do on a trip to Italy. Make sure to book your tickets on the website, just like we did, and discover what Pagani is all about. Thank you very much for watching, and let's see you soon at another Curbstone TV. Bye-bye.